Hello, crewmates and cruise addicts. This is GFree, your cruise therapist, with your daily boarding call for Thursday, August 27th, 2026. Thanks for tuning in and welcome aboard today's boarding call, where we unpack the latest cruise and travel headlines without charging you an overweight baggage fee or asking why your carry-on sometimes weighs more coming home than it did when you left. Hey, listen. This is a safe space. We don't judge. Coming up today, Carnival Conquest makes an unexpected detour to rescue a man stranded at sea. Philadelphia's brand new cruise terminal is officially welcoming guests. And Galveston may be saying, 4 cruise terminals? Baby, we need 5. This is Texas. Federal agents make a disturbing series of arrests aboard 2 cruise ships in Boston. And we'll close the news with a heartbreaking update from Nepal, where a deadly flood is highlighting growing glacier risk in the Himalayas. Crewmates, grab your boarding pass and grab a drink from the bar. It's time for your daily boarding call. First up, Carnival Conquest to the rescue. Crewmates, yesterday, passengers aboard the Carnival Conquest got to witness something you definitely won't find listed in the daily program: a real-life rescue at sea. The Carnival Conquest was sailing toward St. George's, Grenada, when the ship received a distress relay from rescue authorities involving a disabled sailing vessel. The cruise ship changed course, reached the vessel, and safely brought the sole person on board onto the Carnival Conquest. Carnival says the rescue mariner remained in the care of the ship's crew while the Carnival Conquest continued towards Grenada as scheduled. Now, crewmates, that is Maritime Law 101. When somebody is in trouble at sea, you help. Cruise ship, cargo ship, fishing boat, sailboat. If you can safely assist, you assist. And passengers apparently had a front row seat to the whole operations. Imagine looking over the railing thinking, ooh, what excursion is that? Baby, that's not an excursion. That is Captain clocking into his other job. Huge applause for the officers and crew of the Carnival Conquest. Sometimes cruise therapy means cocktails and sunshine, and sometimes it means being exactly where somebody needs you to be. Now, from a rescue at sea to a brand new place to start your cruise. Philadelphia cruisers, your terminal is now open. The new Philiport Cruise Terminal officially opened on August 7th after construction delays pushed back its original spring opening. Cruising returned to Philadelphia earlier this year after a 15-year hiatus, with the Norwegian Jewel sailing week-long Bermuda itineraries. Guests had temporarily been checking in at the airport area hotel while terminal constructions wrapped up, but now passengers can head straight to the new cruise facility. The Norwegian Jewel will finish its Philadelphia season in October. Then the Norwegian Pearl takes over beginning in November with year-round itineraries to places including Bermuda, the Caribbean, Canada, and New England. Crewmates, this is good news for the mid-Atlantic travelers because some of y'all are tired of flying to Florida just to get on a ship. Philadelphia said, why fly south when you can cruise from here? And honestly, give me a cheesesteak and a boarding pass and somebody's carrying my luggage. I'm listening. And apparently Galveston isn't finished either. Yesterday we talked about the Margaritaville at sea coming to Galveston. Well, crewmates and addicts, Texas says, oh, my 1 margarita, 2 margarita. The Galveston Wharves is now negotiating with Royal Caribbean Group about developing a possible 5th cruise terminal at Pier 14. The Port Board discussed preliminary terms on August 25th, but delayed actions on a non-binding agreement to give both sides more time to work out financing, construction, and operations. Royal Caribbean already partnered with Galveston on the $125 million Pier 10 terminal, which opened back in 2022. And now with the Icon of the Seas scheduled to begin sailing from Galveston in August of 2027, Texas cruise growth clearly is not slowing down. One economic study estimates a fifth terminal could create roughly 1,500 additional jobs. Crewmates, at this rate, Galveston is going to need a sign at the city limit that says, "Welcome to Galveston. Please have a passport ready." 5 terminals, Margaritaville, Icon of the Seas. Texas isn't playing Texas Hold'em with us anymore. Yeehaw means all aboard. Now, crewmates, we need to shift gears because this next cruise story is deeply disturbing. Federal authorities arrested 11 cruise ship crew members in Boston during an operation conducted from August 14th through the 16th. U.S. Customs and Border Protection and Homeland Security investigations boarded 2 ships, the Holland American Lines Voldendam and Norwegian Cruise Lines Norwegian Breakaway. Authorities say the operation targeted individuals allegedly involved with the receipt, possession, or distribution of child sexual abuse and exploitation material. The investigation was part of a federal initiative called Operation Tidal Wave. Agents searched crew living quarters and electronic devices before taking enforcement actions. All 11 individuals were processed for immigration removal from the United States, and I want to be precise here. Reports sometimes describe these crew members as being charged, but federal authority says this particular Boston operation resulted in arrest and immigration removal proceeding, not federal criminal charges against all 11. Both cruise lines have said they are cooperating with authorities, and Holland America said it immediately terminated the employees involved. Crewmates and addicts, there is no joke here. Material involving the exploitation of children represents real victims and real harm, and any operation designed to identify and stop that activity matters. The safety and protection of children must always come first. And finally, today, a heartbreaking story from Nepal. Our thoughts today are with the people of Nepal. A catastrophic flash flood struck parts of the Himalayan country on Wednesday, August 26. Early reports says at least 273 people were killed and more than 1,300 people are missing, including pilgrims and foreign visitors. Scientists are still investigating exactly what caused the disaster, but preliminary evidence suggests a massive section of a glacier may have broken away, sending ice and rock downstream, possibly blocking a river temporarily before an enormous surge of water burst through. Researchers say river levels in affected areas rose by as much as 29 feet in roughly 30 minutes. Friends, that barely gives people time enough to understand what's really happening, let alone escape. Scientists are being careful not to say climate change directly caused this individual disaster, but they do say warming temperatures are changing the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, accelerating glacier loss and increasing instability. For travelers, trekkers, guides, and communities that depend on these mountain regions, these risks are becoming increasingly important. Our thoughts are with everyone who lost loved ones, homes, and livelihoods, and with the rescue teams still searching for those who remain missing. The travel tip of the day. Today's Nepal story gives us an important reminder for adventure travelers. Before visiting mountains, glaciers, or flood-prone destinations, research more than just the weather forecast. Check local emergency alerts, seasonal flood or landslide risk, road and trail closures, your tour operator's emergency procedures, and whether your travel insurance includes evacuation coverage for remote areas, because adventure travel is amazing, but beautiful scenery does not cancel our real environmental risks. And crewmates, if your guide says we need to turn around, that is not the moment to say, but I already bought the Instagram outfit. Turn yourself around, the mountain will still be there. Before we go, crewmates and friends and addicts, I want to hear from you. Which story caught your attention today? Were you impressed watching the Carnival Conquest stop to rescue a stranded mariner? Would Philadelphia become a year-round cruise home port make you more likely to sail from the Northeast? And Texas cruisers, do we really need a fifth Galveston cruise terminal? I already know somebody in Texas just yelled, "Yes, we do." Drop your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Again, I'm GFree, your cruise therapist. Follow the Cruise Therapy Podcast group on Facebook for more cruise news, travel alerts, and destination trends. And of course, Cruise Therapy. Until our next therapy session, keep calm, keep cruising, and keep listening. And I'll see you aboard Holland American's Coning Dam. Meet me in BB King's Blues Club. Order me the Lucille. No, wait. Give me the Rock Me Baby. Matter of fact, keep the bartender close. It's been a week. Now tell me, what are you ordering? Thanks for listening. Bye.